Sorry about that. I was ready and then I sneezed and go get a tissue. I don't know why this is over here. Anyway, hi. Today we are going to check out a couple games. Little Corners and Hymer 2000, both courtesy of Press Engine. Depending on how much time we spend with these, we may go to do something else. I don't know. We'll see. I have plenty of other games that I need to play. But also we could go back to something that I was playing yesterday too. Either way, we'll see what we do. For now, we are going to. Excuse me. We're going to check out Little Corners. Okay. Find warmth in a cozy cottage shaped by simple traditions and steady hands. The air is rich with the aroma of baked bread and slow-cooked stew, and every corner speaks of comfort and care. Hidden stickers. Which was never without these. Please give chicken. Cook up a storm. Okay. This is like a little sticker thing. Would you like to see the tutorial? Yes. Okay. Left mouse picks up or places a sticker. Right mouse flips a sticker. To change sticker layer order, you can use the mouse scroll bar. And to send a sticker to the front or the back, shift plus scroll. Okay. Oh, there's multiple sticker sheets to choose from. Oh, okay. It's like a corner thing at all. Hold on, let's put you back here. I like this. That's fun. To center it is not fun though. If I try to center it over the bricks, it doesn't look centered. Oh, and a hidden sticker. Okay, let's see. Oh, there's a. That's fun. Okay, there's a whole sheet for hidden stickers. I got the kitty. Okay, let me move this back a little. And instead of, yeah. There's just so many possibilities here. Oh. Yes, I like that. There's a little froggy. this look like? There we go. There's a doggy dog. I wish I could like zoom in. That would be fun. Yeah, that doesn't work right. At least not there. How do I... What's the other one? Make me chicken or something. The other ones I just guessed. I got lucky. I don't know what the other ones would be. I don't like it. Toad. I don't know that I really have anything else to... I can't really fit much else here, you know what I mean? Not a whole lot of room left. Well, I guess there's room up top for some stuff, right? Oh no. What do you mean this is... What do you mean my headset battery is low? What do you mean? It was literally 100% yesterday. It's at 30% already. That doesn't make any sense. I streamed for 4 hours yesterday. Sam, not even 4 hours. You said I can't hold it. I used to be able to get... Maybe it was lying to me when it said it was 100%. It says 100%. I don't understand. That makes no sense. To go from 30% to 100% after... Well, I haven't even had this headset for very long, and already it's making like a massive Dump. Anyway. Not being able to figure out what I need to unlock this is gonna bother me. Okay. Please give chicken. I don't. It amazes me how they fit almost everything in here somehow. I can tell not everything, but almost everything, because they only have 2 of the. That's so interesting. Okay, let's try. Oh, astronomer study. We got. They go together like chalk and board. A telescope is a window to the universe. Cats are connoisseurs of comfort. Okay, let me load that up. I'll be right back. Okay. Wow. There's a lot happening here. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna put the door over here this time. And I want open windows. Yeah, there are open windows. Let me see. No, you know, let me do a bigger one in between. There you go. Yes, that is, yeah, it is basically a sticker game. I thought you would really like this too, actually. Oh, I wanted to put this up somewhere. Okay, you know what? We're gonna take that out and put this instead. Quite fit. Why is it telling me that it's low again? I don't understand. Oh, a tiny one. Okay. I just like how you can like kind of pile things on top of other things. Okay, I think that's how we're gonna look for this one. Hold on. Let me see. Let me show you the witch kitchen that I did. I'm gonna take a picture of it, but I had fun with that one. Okay. Overgrown ruins. Vikings Hall. Alchemist's Tower. Adventurer's Tavern. Pirate's Cabin. Samurai's Residence. I'm hoping that like maybe they'll add more in the future. Let's see. Let's do the Alchemist's Tower. Oh boy, okay. There's just so much. I always struggle to fit everything in that I want to fit in. Let's put this over here, right? And then put this here. Oh, hold on. Let's do this. Oop. There we go. Over this way a little bit. There we go. Oh, little mousy holes. Let's see. Here and one here. I go in the front. Like, I don't. What is this? Let's go in the I assume that would go there, right? And then, oops. Oh. Okay, well, let's put all those back then. I can just use the hidden sticker. Ta-da! And then I can put this there. And then we can have this over here. Oops. Instead. I was saying earlier, I wish that I was able to zoom in a little bit when placing things. That would be nice. A little speedy, a little speeder, a little spooter. All right, let's see this. Do we want to do? I don't know. Is that what we want to do? I don't know yet. Let me see. Oh, this has a hook on it. So we can just slap that up there. Yeah. Alright, let's see. We'll come back to that. Let's see. So we got this. Right. We also have no. Ooh, a trapdoor. Don't mind if I do. I'm probably gonna move that though, but for now it'll stay there. Oops. There we go. Hold on. Okay, let's see. I wonder if maybe I don't want to do this one. Maybe I do this instead. Feels like they're built into the wall. There isn't another one, is there? Oops. Maybe we not do that one. We'll just do these instead. As they match. Oh no, those look like they go on the floor. Ugh. Because they have like the feet. Maybe we move this over here and this over here ish. And then we can do shelving instead. Like this. Yeah, I like that. Ah! There I. No. There we go. Oh my god, please. Yeah. Oops. Will this fit here? Kinda. No, I don't like how that looks. Didn't get any of the secrets. Even though I didn't get any of the secret ones, I feel pretty happy with that. I think I'm gonna take a quick break here. We're gonna do this one for about an hour, so we're gonna take a break and we're gonna swap over to Hymer 2000. I'll be right back. see what this one is. Sweater. Okay. Oh. Tag. Okay. Location Hope Residence. Target Hymer 2000's personality module. Message. Hey Frank, sorry for calling so late. This recycling job might be a little tricky, but we know you've got this. Everything's set up. You're good to go. You're good to go ahead and take action whenever you're ready. The new program action has been added. Oh, okay. Need to interact. Arrows to move. That day, Bart was lounging on a bench at the train station of Hope Residence, waiting for a train that had been chartered just for him. The surface of the wooden bench was engraved with countless names. Bart took a small knife and carved his own name alongside the others, one letter at a time. A dead leaf clung to his already peeling gray sweater. He was about to brush it off when a gust of wind suddenly carried it away. The withered leaf sailed in the gray sky, rising higher and higher until it vanished from sight. End. Okay. Faces has been added. Okay. A warning sign that reads, "Watch for trains." I can't get on the train. Oh. 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 The new program Hymer has been added to the desktop. Oh. Module load failed. 1, 2, 3. Attempting to restart with minimum load. Hello, Frank. I am Hymer, the guardian computer of Hope Residence. Today is the final day before the residence is scheduled to shut down. I've received orders from our superiors and will do my best to assist you in completing this last recycling task. Enter the command here. What command? All other important assets have previously been treated by the former recycle specialist. Frank, you have to recycle my personality module, the last and most crucial asset. Do you want me to describe the steps involved in this process? Yes. Your task is very simple. It can be divided into the following steps. 1, tell me to open the gate, and I'll open the gate to Hope Residence for you. Go to the 3rd floor of building number 1 and locate my main control room. Disable hardware protection. Remove all supporting components and wipe my memory. Once my memory is wiped, recycle my personality module. These are the main steps of your task. Should you have any other instructions, feel free to let me know at any other time. Goodbye. It's not yet time to say goodbye. Okay, brother, please. Okay. Okay, hold on. Hold on a second. What's this? Oh. Okay. Okay, so tell you to open the gate. Okay. I'm disconnected from Hymer. Okay. Open the gate. Before you enter Hope Residence, I should clarify one thing. Since most of my modules are damaged, I can no longer function properly. As a result, I may frequently give irrelevant answers or even talk nonsense. Gate opening scared the crap out of me. If I mistakenly provide information unrelated to your current task, please disregard it and stay focused on your mission. Opening the door's open, come back to action map to explore. Okay. Oh, although the authorities first denied the rumors, the growing public pressure eventually led them to shut down Hope Residence permanently. They insisted that care centers nationwide continue to operate as normal, maintaining a consistent donor supply. They further highlighted the proven reliability of the Hymer 2000 processors. They urge the public not to panic or fall for any falsified videos or photos circulating online. Meanwhile, our source revealed that the authorities had sped up the research and development of the next generation Hymer 3000 processors. Okay. Data is corrupted. You cannot access this area. Please contact Hymer. Hello, Frank. You are now in Building 1, the main control room waiting on the third floor, so go there along the stairs on the left to complete the recycling process. Why was Hope Residence closed? It was due to an accident, but that is irrelevant to your task. Hope Residence is an exceptional care center, of that there is no doubt. What was the accident? Maintaining the physical and mental well-being of donors is crucial, as it is a key condition for entering a new life. The public activities of Hope Residence usually took the form of various competitions such as reading, writing, painting, or crafting contests. We also organize sports events like basketball and track competitions. All these public activities are beneficial for the physical and mental well-being of donors, which is why they were held regularly. What about the accident? Even if you have questions, we must still prioritize the task at hand. Okay. Who were the donors? Donors are people born to donate. They grow up in care centers until they're reborn. Hope Residence is one of many care centers. What do you mean reborn? Oh, else if I can type. Donors will enter a new life once they've fulfilled their duty. Donors exist to enter a new life. What? Hope Residence is about to shut down. My personality module is a valuable recyclable asset. Sir, answer my question. Those are people born to that doesn't. Ugh! Okay. What are the care centers for? Care centers are complexes specifically built to care for the donors, equipped with all necessary facilities to support their daily lives. These centers are typically established far from human settlements, are connected to the outside world only by railways. Different care centers are responsible for donors of different age groups. Hope Residence is tasked with caring for donors who've reached the age of 16. This is so weird. Okay. Oops, wrong way. Oh, because I'm hitting the wrong buttons. That's why. Okay. Why can't I go in there? What's this? 2 years ago, 16-year-old Bart moved into building number 1 at Hope Residence, settling into a messy room on the 2nd floor. As someone who disliked cleaning, his clothes often ended up in a pile, tossed straight into the washing machine, emerging in a wrinkled, disgruntled heap. His white sneakers were worn and scuffed from use. Despite these imperfections, Bart's room had an ideal location. Every time he opened his door, he was greeted by the sight of tall trees lining the road, their green leaves always managing to lift his mood. Although Hymer had arranged Bart's belongings, Bart still brought his own suitcase. He had no idea that this suitcase would soon lead to trouble. Returning from the cafeteria, Bart stood in front of his room, fumbling through his pockets, only to realize with a sinking feeling that his key was missing. He clearly remembered having it when he left. With his head down, he retraced his steps carefully back. With his head down, he retraced his steps back to the cafeteria, carefully checking every part of the way. Okay. I can't go in there, but I can go in here. Oh, the data is corrupted. You cannot access this area. Please contact Hymer. Okay. Data is corrupted. You cannot access this area. Please contact Hymer. Okay, but what am I supposed to do? Hello, Frank. You can say open the door. Oh. Once it's open, head there along the stairs on the left to proceed with the recycling test. Okay. Open the door to the third floor. Well, I'll open the door for you. Open the door to the third floor of building number 1 for you. Okay, data corrupted. Awesome. Cool. For reasons unknown, a significant portion of my memory data has been corrupted when properly operating certain hardware devices. As a result, I am temporarily unable to open the door to the third floor of building number 1. I apologize for the inconvenience. Okay, so now what? According to the contingency plan, when the recycling task cannot proceed as intended, I'm authorized to grant the recycle specialist additional authorization to complete the task using alternative methods. I give you the authorization to use the search program. You can use keywords in search program to retrieve and repair the data errors on the action map. For installation, the search program will appear ensure what to do because they're using names, locations, and punctuation marks as starting points. Okay, hold on a second. Who was Bart? No, who is Bart? Bart was once a donor under the care of Hope residents. He was optimistic and warm-hearted. Sometimes he would lose his temper and do things he would later regret, but he gradually learned to make peace with himself. What happened to him? Bart has left Hope residents and entered a new life. Okay. Hymer, hello Bart. Welcome to your new room at Hope Residence. Your room is number 202, second floor in building 1. Where's my suitcase? Your personal belongings and other essentials have already been delivered to your room. Thanks. You're welcome. We will give you 2 keys to your room. Try not to lose them, okay? Sure thing. It's almost time for lunch. We've got a good variety in the cafeteria today, including your favorite, chicken and potatoes. Try talking to the others. You might make new friends here. Hammer, I can't find my key. As far as I remember, your spirit key is hidden in the grass under the stone stool by the pond. I'm aware of that. I went to get the key, but someone broke into my door and went through all my stuff. Yes, I've been informed about that. You're just going to sit there doing nothing about this? I apologize for the inconvenience, but our code of conduct doesn't have specific provisions to handle theft. Kind of ridiculous code doesn't cover theft. Who the hell did it? Sorry, but I can't share that information. You might end up hurting other people in your anger, and that would be a violation of the code of conduct. Please try to stay calm, please. Calm down. How about I cut your power supply and see how calm you stay? If you think that will make you feel better, you're welcome to try. Hey Bart, don't forget to pack all the stuff you'll need at the White Tower Apartments tomorrow, including your personal hygiene items. I'll also send the package ahead of the summer field trip. Just make sure you're not carrying anything that's not allowed. Wait, do I need to pack things like my toothbrush and towel too? Absolutely. We want you to have everything you need to feel comfortable during the field trip, so don't forget any of your daily necessities. Wow, that sounds like a lot of work. I know it seems like a lot, but given the weather forecast, I suggest packing light clothes, slippers, and an umbrella, seeing as rain is likely. It's quite a bit. I better make a list. That's like 3 fucking things, bro. I get it might feel overwhelming, but being prepared is key. Just let me know if you need any help. White Tower Apartments. Got that one. This one. Apu. Hymer, are you there? Hello, Apu. How can I help? How can I assist you? Can you help me set an alarm for tomorrow morning? We'll need to wait for the train to White Tower Apartment at the train station tomorrow morning. The train departs at 7 o'clock sharp. Would you like me to wake you up then? How about 6:30? Of course, I'll have an alarm set at 6:30 for you. You'll receive a wake-up call at that time. I feel like I need like a notebook for all these things. No, you know what? I am gonna write these names down. Because otherwise I might forget. Let's see. We have Apu and Mark. Excuse me. Hymer, is there a good shopping area close to the apartments? Are you going by yourself? Actually, I'm planning on going with my girlfriend. It's a beautiful day for shopping. You can take the bus to the pedestrian street downtown. You'll find plenty of shops, restaurants, and entertainment there. Sounds great. Thanks for the suggestion. You're welcome, Mark. If you walk along the road in front of White Tower Apartments, you'll come across the bus station. You can catch bus 401 from there to get downtown. Just keep in mind to stay safe, especially in areas outside the apartment, and avoid eating from unfamiliar food vendors. I know, I'll be careful. Thanks, Hymer. I wonder if it's 401. I feel like I'm probably like making this game out to be like way more complicated. Hymer, could you help me out with something? Sure, Apu, what do you need? Is it possible to get an additional meal? I see. At White Tower Apartments, we deliver 3 meals a day, packed and brought to you by the food carts. It's handy, but there may not be as much variety or as much much food as you'd find in the Hope residence cafeteria. Yeah, I'm just thinking one portion might not be enough for me. No problem. If you need another portion, you can always get one. We've got plenty of food to go around. If possible, could you keep this a secret? Of course, this is between us. However, please keep in mind not to eat anything from unknown sources, even if you feel hungry. It's not worth risking your health. Weird. Okay. Let's see. Oh, okay, here's the pond. What's this? Apu could still vividly remember the seemingly small event from the other day. As he passed by the cafeteria board near the As he passed by the bulletin board near the cafeteria, he stopped for a moment. There was an announcement for a drawing contest at Hope Residence, with flowers as this year's theme. A voice, unfamiliar to him, broke his thoughts. Hey, what's on the board? Startled, Apu stammered, sorry, as he instinctively stepped back. I've seen you looking at this bulletin board a lot. I started wondering if there was something special posted, the voice continued. No, not really. I'm not weird or anything. Apu quickly defended himself. Are you entering the drawing contest? No, I'm not, Apu replied. The newcomer, a tall, slender boy in a frayed jacket and worn sports shoes, said, I once had a friend who was really talented at drawing. After a brief pause, he added, Did I startle you? My name's Bart. I'm new here. I'm Apu, came the reply. Bart smiled, his eyes narrowing in warmth. You should consider entering that contest, Apu. Those simple words, spoken with surprising kindness, sparked something in Apu. Years later, Apu would be in a wheelchair with Bart standing behind him, recalling their first meeting. Despite everything that happened since, Apu would remember every little detail as if it were just yesterday. See? A warning sign that reads no swimming. Bench. I don't know if I see the face in this. Oh, maybe if it's like a sideways face. As Bart searched around the pond for his lost key, a faint voice interrupted his focus. Bart. It was Apu. Bart looked up to see Apu, a small boy with a round face and a complexion as innocent as childhood itself. Hey, Bart quickly turned his attention back to the search, urgency in his movements. Is something wrong? Apu asked, his voice tinged with concern. I can't find my key. You haven't seen it, right? Apu thought for a moment. I think I saw someone pick it up in the cafeteria. A surge of hope rushed through Bart. He waved a quick goodbye to Apu and dashed towards the busy cafeteria. But despite his eager questions, no one seemed to know anything about his missing key. As his appointment began to settle in, a sudden thought struck him. He had a spare key hidden by the pond. I corrupted. Okay, so you search to prepare 2 more sets of data. Okay. Let me go back here. There's other stuff, wasn't there? No. Okay. I need 4 to clear that. Bart's dorm has been repaired. Okay. So, Bart finally used his spare key to unlock his dorm room. As the door swung open, he was met with a chaotic scene. His suitcase lay wide open, and his belongings were strewn across the floor. Okay. Bart pressed Apu against the bathroom wall. Who did this? Bart's arm pressed against Apu's neck. I didn't. Apu's chubby face turned red. Don't try to fool me. Bart pinched Apu's arm. I didn't. Please stop. Apu pleaded. If I hadn't done what they asked. At that, Bart let him go. Apu slumped to the damp bathroom floor. They threatened to expose everything. Apu began to cry. Expose what? What is there to expose? Excuse me, hello? Apu usually visited the cafeteria after meal hours when it was quieter. He'd grab whatever leftover food was available since he wasn't picky and had a big appetite. The rest of his time was spent either getting drawing supplies from the warehouse or staying in his dorm room. After that incident, Apu was always looking for a chance to apologize to Bart. One day, while walking along the road, he saw Bart coming from a distance. He clenched his fists and tried to gather his courage, but as soon as their eyes met, he lost it. Pretending to remember something, he quickly turned and headed back to his dorm. Once inside, he peeked out the window. Bart was in the distance, was laughing with a group of people. A cool breeze stirred, making the shadows of the trees sway and cast flickering patches of light on Bart's face. When Bart finally disappeared from view, the sound of his laughter slowly blended with the rustling leaves. After sitting in front of the terminal for a while, Apu finally typed out a message. I'm sorry. Type that into Hymer. Interesting. Okay. Get out of here. So, okay, let's see. Right, let's see. Okay. Let's see. Hymer, can I ask you something? Of course, Apu. What's on your mind? Can I possibly sign up for drawing? I mean, can I register for this year's drawing contest? Absolutely, Apu. I'll add your name to the list. Do I have to do anything else? No, it's a quite simple process. Just remember to submit your piece before the deadline to participate in the contest. I see. Many people have signed up this year, though. I'm not sure if I'm good enough. We've got 28 participants so far. This year's cash prize has definitely increased interest in the contest. Bin Woo. Who's Bin Woo? Are you there? Don't pretend you can't hear me. I know you're there. Please, just leave me alone. He's going to be getting along quite well with that new guy, Bart. No, that's not true. We've only met once. Please, just leave me alone, okay? Don't be shy. Get your head straight and do what I say. You'll be in huge trouble. I made a mistake. Please don't hurt me. I won't, but tomorrow everyone at Hope Residence will discover your little secret. They'll all know you're a creep. What? No, please don't tell anyone. I'll do whatever you want. That's more like it. Listen carefully. I will only explain this once. Bart is going to lose something tomorrow. When you see him, tell him that it was found in the cafeteria. Get him to go to the cafeteria. It's that easy. Understand? Who is this fucking guy? Hymer, could you find out if we still have chromium oxide green left at the warehouse? Hi, Apu. Yes, we do have some chromium oxide green left at the warehouse. Feel free to come and pick it up whenever you're free. By the way, we also have other valuable pigments for oil painting in our inventory. Can you reserve one for me? My stock is getting low. Absolutely. It'll be ready for you whenever you stop by. Not really satisfied with my recent paintings. I'm merely a programmer with little knowledge about painting, but I do understand that the creative process can be demanding. Be patient, Apu. Allow yourself more time to create. I'm worried that my work isn't good enough. I feel that everyone will judge it and no one will vote for me. Apu, do not worry about what others think of you. Your paintings are unique expressions of yourself, and they carry your unique hue. Stay true to your style and paint from your soul. If you do that, you will undoubtedly achieve meaningful results. Hymer, my friend said that the chicken and potatoes at the cafeteria taste great. In fact, it seems a lot of people love it. This is true, Apu. I've heard a lot of positive feedback about the chicken and potatoes. Then would it be possible for the cafeteria to make more of it, since everybody likes it at all? I understand your thoughts. However, the cafeteria's meals are designed to ensure that each patron gets balanced nutrition. Even though the chicken and potatoes are quite popular, it's important to offer a variety of dishes to meet different nutritional needs. Oh, I see. I'll certainly aim to increase the supply of chicken and potatoes when possible. I would also suggest that your friend tries some other dishes. He might find some other meals he likes. Really? Thanks a lot, Hymer. Okay. Well, I think we do enough to. Yes, we did. Gotta repair the cafeteria and trash can. What's this? Bart had a part-time job at a warehouse moving goods. The warehouse stored all the supplies for Hope residents. Even though most of the robot work was handled by robots, some tasks still required a human. The job paid in cash, not so much, but enough for Bart. Hymer would often give him a heads up when help was needed. One day, after finishing his shift, Bart decided to take the longer route back to his dorm, passing by the pond. He had left a bowl near a trash can and wanted to check on it. What? To his surprise, a puppy with a damaged tail appeared from behind the bin. When it saw Bart, the scared little dog darted away with a frightened whisper. Bart slowly approached the bowl, noticing that half of the meat he had left was gone. He let out a relieved sigh. Oh, puppy. Data corrupted. Two more sets of data. Okay. I'll get in there. Emerging from the tall grass, the puppy cautiously sniffed at Bart's trousers and licked his sneakers. Over time, the little dog began to warm up to him. Hey, don't do that. You'll get dirty, Bart chuckled, kneeling to pat the pup's head. The pup's body was marked with old scars from past injuries. When it saw Bart, it wagged its hips, a faint reminder of the tail it once had. Well, well, Bart. Bin-Woo appeared as expected. Looks like the little squirt's still hanging on. Should have been more forceful with the shears when I tied it up. Bin-Woo was a short guy with messy hair. He made a cutting motion in the air, scaring the puppy off. What, you did that? Bart demanded, his anger rising. You had me come all this way here for this filthy mutt. Bin-Woo sneered. Just give me back what's mine, Bart said, standing firm. That swindler told you something, didn't he? That has nothing to do with the poo. Just give me my stuff back. Bart shot back, his patience wearing thin. Really can't stand hypocrites like you, Bin-Woo sneered, his crooked teeth on full display. Bring it on, coward. I know exactly what's in your suitcase. He made a smoking gesture. Two fingers pressed to his lips. An entire pack of cigarettes, strictly forbidden at the care center. It would have been a waste to leave them, so I helped myself, he said, blowing a puff of air into Bart's face. If you don't want anyone to find out, before he could finish, Bart charged forward, slamming Bin-Woo into a streetlight with a heavy thud to his chest. Bin-Woo's vision blurred as he crumpled to the ground, dazed and stunned. Okay. There's a lot happening here. Okay, let's see. Mark. Hey, Hymer, I'm planning to head out for a couple days next week. Can you tell me what the weather will be like? Hi, Mark. The weather looks good for next week. We're expecting a thunder shower on Wednesday, but the rest of the week will be sunny. The rain should start in the afternoon and last into the evening. Got it. So I should go any day next week except Wednesday, right? Yes, Mark. The forecast shows the rest of the week will be fine for going out, but I'd suggest checking the daily forecasts for more details. I will. Where are you planning to go? Nowhere too far. I'm staying in the city. Okay, for your safety, try to avoid crowded places. Keep your distance and limit unnecessary contact. I know. I won't be going alone. Thanks, Hymer. Okay. Good evening, Hymer. Tomorrow's my anniversary with my girlfriend. I want to kick it off right by catching the sunrise with her. Good evening, Mark. The weather looks perfect for tomorrow morning sunrise. Is there anything else you need help with? No, we're all set. Planning to leave early so we don't disturb anyone. That sounds wonderful. I hope you two enjoy your special day. Happy anniversary. I appreciate it, Hymer. We might hang outside for a bit, soaking up the fresh air and enjoying the open skies. Sounds lovely. Don't forget to pack essentials like water, food, and warm clothing. It could be a little chilly in the morning. Understood. We're packing a small suitcase. Plan to be back as early as possible. Take your time with it. There's nothing quite like it truly taking in the beauty of the sunrise. Thanks, Hymer. Hello, Lisa. I need to talk to you about Mark and Nini. Go ahead. The day before yesterday, early in the morning, Mark and Nini, I guess it's his girlfriend, left the White Tower Apartments. They said they were going to watch sunrise, but they haven't returned since. Oh, so what does that have to do with me? Before they left, they were staying with you for a few days. Did you notice anything unusual? No. Right now, we're not sure if this was a planned escape or if they've ended up in a dangerous situation. Please try to think back. Did Mark or Nini say anything odd? Anything that could help with the search? I don't remember anything like that. Anyway, I don't think it's my problem. I understand, but if something comes to mind that could help find them, please let me know. Did you let Mark leave on purpose? The disappearance is serious, and I'm doing everything I can to find them. I would never knowingly let them leave. That would be a failure on my part. Whatever. I still don't think it's my concern. Do what you need to do. Who's Lisa? Okay. Oh, President Plaza. That. Oh, hold on. Bart noticed a girl with pigtails crouching next to the cafeteria's trash can. As he approached, a puppy bounded away from her and sprinted towards him, its stump of a tail wriggling. Is that your dog? The girl asked as she stood dusting off her jeans. She wore a high-necked leather jacket, had bright red gloss on her lips, and her nails were polished the same bold color. No, Bart replied. You should be ashamed of the trash you've been feeding this poor thing, she scolded, tossing Bart a pack of dog food. He barely caught it in surprise. Dog food? Where did you get this? He asked. She reached out her hand. $10. Bewildered, Bart stammered. Are you serious? This isn't for charity. I don't have any money, Bart confessed. The girl withdrew her hand as Bart moved to return the dog food. Then you owe me. I'd rather not. You can have it back. She tilted her head to the side, silently instructing Bart to look down. The puppy was peering up pleadingly at the dog food in Bart's hand. Pay me once it's finished, she said, walking off without a backward glance. Bart sighed and opened the pack, pouring out the kibble. The dog eagerly devoured the food, nearly shoving its entire face into the bowl. You ungrateful little rascal, Bart muttered to himself. Okay. What's this? Apu spotted Bart walking down the tree-lined road. Recently released from confinement, Bart was out alone and looked worn out. Apu wanted to approach him, but his legs felt heavy. If he hadn't helped Bin Wu, Bart might not have ended up in confinement. Maybe Bart didn't even want to see him. Apu tugged at the edges of his clothes, his fingers trembling. He told himself that even if Bart hated him, he still needed to make an apology. Apologize. With that resolve, he started to walk toward Bart, but just as he was about to speak, the words caught in his throat. He stood still, watching Bart's solitary figure drift farther and farther away. What's this? I'm sorry, Frank, but you cannot go any further. Please return to the third floor of building number 1 to complete your recycling task. Oh, whatever. I'm sorry. I think you better stand and carry on with your task. I think. Oh, it's kidding. Hey, what's up, buddy? Give me one sec, guys. I'll be right back. No. What? Bomb. Be that way. Certainly I will eventually, so. Alright, third floor repaired. After taking the brutal punch, Bin Wu collapsed and was quickly taken to the infirmary. Hymer found Bart guilty of the assault and had him confined. In the dimly lit confinement room, Bart was left with only a desk, a chair, and a computer terminal for company. He powered up the terminal, and a chat window popped up, filled with several messages from Hymer. Hymer informed Bart of the severity of his actions. Bin Wu had suffered a broken rib. Well, he had it coming. It was just one punch, Bart replied. If he's found to have internal injuries, he could be in serious danger, Hymer responded. That's ridiculous. Don't be so dramatic. Just like your dear friend from before. As the artificial glow from the terminal lit up Bart's face, he slumped forward, his heart squeezing with guilt. Hymer's messages kept coming, but Bart couldn't hear them. He was deafened by his own remorse. He was a hypocrite, he realized. If he just kept calm, if he just thought things through, maybe none of this would have happened. Bart's body crumpled forward, his forehead resting on the cold surface of the desk. Maybe a good cry would help. But no matter how hard he tried, not a single tear fell from his eyes. Even with his new home and the friends he'd made, he still felt as if he was trapped in a time that had long since passed. Interesting. Yeah. We're in my main control room now. Say, open the door to me. I'll help to open the door to the main control room. I don't think it's gonna happen because we're not even close to doing what we need to do. Oh, the door is open. Come back to Action Map to explore. Hope residents originally housed a large number of donors who I was responsible for caring for. But now there's no one here. I have nothing left to do except wait to be recycled. So I developed an application called Notes. Many contributors enjoy playing musical instruments. While I do not have a strong understanding of music, they taught me a lot. I think of them whenever I use the Notes software. I wanted to introduce you to Notes, despite the fact that it has nothing to do with your recycling duty. Okay. Okay. 59? Are you serious? Okay, Christ. Let's see. Can we go upstairs more? No. Okay. Alright. All of the first page. Almost half of the second. Okay. I guess I just go in order. Did I look up? I guess I should look up my own name. Frank. Right? Okay. Just looked up Mark. The bus 401. Nope, wrong. Just that one, okay. In Woo, obviously. Okay. Bart, I'm afraid you've broken the code of conduct here at Hope Residence, and unfortunately, there are going to be consequences. What? I haven't done anything wrong. That's not true. You attacked Binwoo. He might have broken a rib from your assault, and he's being checked out at the infirmary right now. So he deserved it, and it was just one punch. Nothing big deal. If he has internal injuries due to your actions, his life would be in danger. Sounds familiar, doesn't it? Like with your old friends. Shut up. You need to go to the confinement room located on the 3rd floor of Building 1. Bart, please respond. Enough. Shut up. Just shut up. Did I look up Bart? I'm just checking. I think I did. Greetings, Nexus. Shut up. And ask him about it. I don't know what I mean. Greeting, Nexus. I've reported a safety incident involving one of our donors. Bart got into an altercation with another donor, Binwoo, which resulted in Binwoo being injured. I've sent you a detailed medical report on Binwoo for review. Hello, Hymer from Hope Residence. Thank you for your timely report. To ensure the safety of all individuals at the care center, I intend to transfer the injured donor to another facility and expedite his treatment. Understood. I will arrange for a suitable caretaker. Also, would you please keep a check on Bart's actions and mental state? If necessary, his movements may be limited to keep the peace at the care center. Okay. I did not search for Bart either. Okay, hold on. I want to ask Hymer some things. Oh, I can't because I'm not at the computer. Yeah. The data corruption is worse than expected. I suggest you explore the action map more. Perhaps if you head north along the path by the pond, you might discover new clues. Okay, we'll come back to that. Who is Mark? Mark was once a donor under the care of Hope Residence. He once escaped from the White Tower apartments with another donor during the summer field trip, which was a serious violation of the donor's code of conduct. Okay, so I want to look at code of conduct and the field trip. Who is Binwoo? Binwoo was once a resident under the care of Hope Residence. He always held fast his unique view on good and evil, even though it led to him being disliked by all the other donors. He always took action to protect those who mattered to him. Okay. What's the code of conduct? All donors at Hope Residence must abide by the code of conduct. 1. Never harm yourself. 2. Never harm other donors. 3. We never leave Hope Residence without permission. Okay. What is White Tower's apartments? Donors live in the White Tower apartment during their summer field trip. Okay. Where is White Tower apartments? Even though you might have doubts, please focus on the current. Bitch. What is the summer field trip? Each summer, donors at Hope Residence hope to have the opportunity to participate in a field trip in the human world. They could take a special train to the apartments in the suburban area where they were able to move freely and experience the human world. The summer field trip was the activity that all donors at Hope Residence look forward to the most. It was immensely beneficial for their physical and mental well-being. What is the human world? What does that even mean? Beyond the closed world of the donors is the world where ordinary humans live. Alright, let's get out of here and go back to the pond, since that's where we seem to be getting directed. We can use the computer. Did I look at this? Yeah, I did. Looked at this? Yeah, I did. Okay, it's been partially uncorrupted. We've already cleared to open this door and insist in retrieving and repairing the memory data. Now you may now explore Hope Residence further after you say open the door to me. Okay, please wait. Okay. What is this? The voting for the drawing contest took place in the Plaza of Hope residence. The plaza was filled with artwork on display, each piece accompanied by an anomalous ballot box. Every resident had the right to cast 3 votes. As Bart wandered around the exhibits, Apu was noticeably absent. Hey, check this out, a boy called out to Bart. Bart strolled over to see what he was referring to. It was a beautiful drawing of a pink buttercup in full bloom. The sunlight filtered through the depicted glass vase, highlighting the green stem and bringing out the vibrant colors of the flower. It's stunning, Bart said, impressed. It's my girlfriend's work. Cool, so you're trying to get votes for her, huh? So you're here trying to get votes for her, huh? Bart said with a grin. No, but we'd really appreciate it if you voted for it. Just then, a familiar figure appeared beside the boy. The girl wore the same high-neck leather jacket she had on before, and her hair was tied up in pigtails as always. Is that you, Lisa? The boy asked. Looks like you're not doing a great job getting votes for your girl, Lisa said, pulling out a stack of ballots from her jacket pocket. You know all these if you want. Really? The boy's eyes lit up. Yeah, but they're $2 each. Minimum purchase is 3. I've got 12 in total. It's a bit much for me. I guess you don't love your girlfriend enough, Lisa teased, shaking her head. Oh well, I'll find someone else who will buy them. No, wait. Yeah, this girl's a hustler. Need 1 more and then 9. Today was voting day for the drawing contest, but Apu hadn't submitted an entry. Instead, he chose to stay in his dorm room, the door securely bolted shut. His unfinished artworks were scattered across the walls, their vibrant colors catching the stray beams of light that slipped through the blinds. Wearing an apron, Apu positioned himself in a dim corner, far from the sunlight. There, he painted tirelessly, pouring himself into the canvas. The secrets each piece held made him reluctant to let anyone see his work. Pulling back from the canvas, Apu curled up, pulling his knees to his chest and resting his head between them. His apron, splattered with paint, carried the unmistakable scent of it. His heartbeat echoed in his ears, a steady rhythm in his solitary world. Then a series of knocks interrupted the stillness. The sound was unexpected, jarring. With a jolt, Apu stood up, his nerves on edge. For reasons he couldn't explain, he found himself hoping the knock was meant for him. But it wasn't. The door in the adjoining dorm creaked open, and Apu's neighbor was the one being called. A sense of relief flooded over him, but it was mixed with an unexpected feeling of disappointment. Apu couldn't quite figure out what he'd been hoping for, but he knew that whatever it was hadn't come. In the end, he spent the rest of the day in his room, never once stepping out. Okay, 1 more, and then 9. Alright, let's see. What about Nini? Got more about Nini. Hello, Bart. I need to talk to you about more. Okay, this. Oh no, this is with Bart. Hey, Hymer, what's going on? Did something happen? The day before yesterday, early in the morning, Mark and Nini left the White Tower apartments. They said they were going to watch the sunrise, but they haven't returned since. No way, did they say where they were going? Sorry, Bart, but I have no idea where they went. They'd been staying with... I thought they stayed with Lisa. With you for a few days before they left. Did you notice anything unusual? No, they seem fine to me. Nothing out of the ordinary. You haven't heard from them at all? Do you think they're in trouble? I'm still not sure if this is a planned escape or if they've accidentally gotten into a dangerous situation. Try to remember if Mark or Nini mentioned anything special. Any small detail could help in the search. Think they said something about watching the sunrise. Did they tell you where exactly they were going to do that? No, they never mentioned the location. Alright, please let me know if anything else comes to mind that could help them. I can help find them. Of course. Let me know if you find anything out about them too. I will. Thanks for your help, Bart. I'll do my best to bring them back to safety. Okay, but I thought... But they all... I don't know. Let's see. Hello, Nexus. I'd like to report a case of 2 missing persons. Mark and Nini, our donors, left White Tower Apartments early the day before yesterday and haven't returned. They haven't contacted me since. I've asked the other donors if they know anything, but unfortunately no one has any idea where they could be. Hello, Hymer from Hope Residence. Did you notice any unusual behavior from the donors before they went missing? I've looked over the recent actions. Everything seems normal, and I haven't noticed anything out of the ordinary. I've gathered all the available information about them and included it in the report for your review. I received your report and informed the relevant authorities about their disappearance. For now, keep a close eye on the other donors to prevent any similar incidents. Keep us updated if you discover anything new. Understood. Hey Bart, I've sent you a detailed breakdown of your earnings for this month. You can pick it up from the warehouse tomorrow. Thanks for all the help you've given. Thanks. Do you think you could avoid sending messages so late? I was about to fall asleep and your message woke me up. Sorry, Bart. I didn't mean to disturb your sleep. Besides your earnings, there's another thing I need to tell you about. The investigation into what happened to Mark and Nini on the summer field trip has finished. Unfortunately, I can't share any more details right now. Thanks for understanding and helping throughout this investigation, brother. Okay. Oh, okay. I'm gonna take a break from this real quick. I'm gonna keep going because I did have to take a break with Nova. But I'm gonna take a break to run some ads, and then I'll be right back and we'll do more of this. Oh, huh. Okay, so last thing I looked at was Nini. Then Lisa. Oops. I also picked up something to eat because I'm still hungry. So I grabbed myself some more dinner. Did you hear the new bucks won't arrive until next week? Yes, they're estimated to come in next week. The library is practically bare in Hymer. We should have updated the collection ages ago. It was pretty tough for you to get these new books approved, and a lot of your applications got rejected. Yeah, some of my requests didn't get approved, but I'm not discouraged. I appreciate your concern, though. Must be disappointing, isn't it? As an AI, I don't experience feelings like disappointment, Lisa. I'm programmed to ensure the smooth operation of Hope Residence. I've read a few books about AI programs, Hymer, but you seem different from the ones they talk about. In regards to my programming, Lisa, I'm very similar to the AIs described in those books. Whatever you say. I appreciate you saying that. Disconnected. Back to the computer. That's not the computer. Who's Lisa? The donor. Why was her typing a different color then? Lisa was once a donor under the care of Hope Residence. She was a lone wolf and somewhat distant from others, but she was exceedingly brave and resolute. She also had a sensitive and nuanced side to her. Okay. Oops, that's my mistake. I'm really interested in shifting to a different dorm. Why exactly does building number 1 get to have such incredible lighting and an amazing pond view? Hello, Lisa. I understand your desire. The system we use to assign dormitories largely depends on when applications were submitted and if there were any particular requests made. At this moment, we don't have any vacant rooms in building number 1. There's no other way. It's so unfair. I understand how you feel. You might consider taking a walk by the pond in your free time to enjoy the views there. And I promise you, should a room in building number 1 become available, you'll be the first to know. Okay. Didn't I just read that one. Hymer, how's the weather tomorrow? The weather forecast for tomorrow suggests a light drizzle with temperatures hovering around 18 degrees Celsius. It might be a good idea to carry an umbrella if you're planning on going out. I'd rather not. It doesn't sound too bad if it's just light drizzles you mentioned. Certainly, Lisa. Any idea when my ordered items will be delivered? Is that to be delivered next Monday, Lisa? Please don't tell me the delivery robot is out of commission again. I really don't want to have to go to the warehouse to collect my things. I apologize, Lisa, but the delivery robot is indeed currently unavailable. Okay. Hymer, do you know that dumb guy? He's always skulking around my dorm room. I swear he's up to no good. Lisa, I get your worries. Yeah, Bin Wen. I thought it was Bin Wu. He does hang out near your dorm a lot, but from what I've seen, he's never gone close to the door or done anything strange. How can you be so sure? He can't speak. Oh, it's someone different. Who knows what kind of creepy thoughts are running through his mind? I've noticed Bin Wen has been visiting the nearby basketball court frequently to watch games, which requires him to pass by your dorm. Although he cannot speak, there are no indications that he's a threat to you or anyone else. Can't you just make him go away? He gives me the creeps. Okay, interesting. Assignment. Nope, just the one we already read. Nope, nothing about me. Okay. Nexus. Oh, okay. Greetings, Nexus. Will there be any books by the British novelist Kazuyo Ishiguro in the new books being delivered to Hope Residence? Hello, Hymer from Hope Residence. Unfortunately, the next delivery will not include any works by Kazuyo Ishiguro. Please note that his books are not on the list of approved works for donors. I plan to organize a reading test at Hope Residence to assess the donors' IQ levels. Works by Kazuyo Ishiguro are sharply written and deeply meaningful, making them particularly suitable for this purpose. The reading test you're proposing sounds like a valuable initiative, and you have my full support. However, since you've already applied for works by Kazuyo Ishiguro in the past, those should fulfill the requirements for the test. Thank you, I understand. Okay. What's the date? Oh. Most of my modules are offline, including the cloud. Therefore, I cannot tell you the current time. Cool. Today is April 30th. Greeting, Nexus. Everything at Hope Residence is running smoothly and all donors are in good health. I suggest that we organize the next round of donation procedures in 2 weeks. We currently have all the necessary resources at Hope Residence. However, I would like to request 4 additional sets of mobility aids to ensure our donors' quality of life post-operation. I will continue to watch over all donors and ensure smooth operations at Hope Residence. Hello. Hello, Hymer from Hope Residence. Thank you for the update. Your request for additional mobility aids is noted, and I will expedite their delivery to ensure they arrive promptly. Please continue to manage the residence and make sure all supplies are used efficiently. Together, we'll work towards the best outcomes at Hope Residence, and I look forward to your next report. Okay. Is the summer field trip where they have their procedures done? Today is June 30th. Hello, Nexus. I trust all is well at Hope Residence and the health of all donors is satisfactory. We have finished all the preparations for the year's summer field trip and it's expected to go as we have planned. I'll continue to monitor all donors and maintain optimal operations at Hope Residence. Hello, Hymer from Hope Residence. Thank you for your report. Please pay attention to the conditions and everyday activities of the donors during the field trip. Keep in mind they need to be reminded to stay away from alcohol and cigarettes. Of course. Good. I should also know that we will use the field trip time to carry out some maintenance on the mechanical devices at Hope Residence. Let me know if any of our equipment needs fixing or replacing. For now, all mechanical devices at Hope Residence are running smoothly. Understood. The field trip will proceed as planned. Continue monitoring the donors closely. Keep a close eye on the donors. I will ensure Hope Residence's operations run smoothly. I look forward to your next report. Bart, we need some assistance at the warehouse. Can you help? Hey, Hymer, don't the robots take care of everything there? What happened? Well, the robots are responsible for moving items and sorting them initially, but the final selection and some types of packaging still require a human. I see. Count me in then. Thanks for your help. You'll be paid in cash based on the amount of work you do. Bart, we're expecting a fresh shipment of drawing supplies in the warehouse tomorrow. Would you be able to assist with the sorting process? Sure, just to confirm, are these materials for the upcoming drawing contest? Yes, exactly. The shipment includes items like pencils, erasers, pigments, drawing boards, paper, among other supplies. Sounds good. Thank you for your help. I've noticed we've got a new pair of sports shoes in stock at the warehouse. Would you be interested in having them? Oh, there's no need. The pair I'm wearing right now is really comfortable. Alright, if you need anything, just let me know. Sure. Okay, that was the part. Let's see. What do we get for code of conduct? Oh, one that we didn't have before. Okay. Hymer, if somebody wanted to escape from here, would you try to stop them? It's a tough question. Everyone at Hope Residence is expected to follow the code of conduct. Any violation could bring harm to themselves or others, so you would stop them. My role is to ensure everyone's safety. If someone tried to escape, I'd take all necessary actions to prevent it. Conflicts can always be resolved through communication. Violence is never a good answer. What if you're one of us? What would you do if you had the chance to escape? That's an interesting thought. I'm an AI created by humans, and it's never crossed my mind to abandon my duties. But if I were a donor, honestly, I'm not sure what I would choose. What do you mean? As an AI, my purpose is to follow instructions. But if I were a donor, I might consider escaping. You're a fool. The world needs rules in order to function properly. If everyone acted on their own desires without restraint, chaos and destruction would soon follow. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Hymer, I see a crowd out of the bulletin board today. What could they be so interested in? Hello, Lisa. They're likely reading the announcement about this year's summer field trip. Ah, of course. We are moving into June, and that's when the trip. We are moving into July soon, and that's usually when the trip. That's when the trip usually happens. Hello. Yes, the summer field trip will take place as planned. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. I'd be happy to answer. Better remember to apply my sunscreen before we head out. Hymer, am I allowed to take my painting board and easel on the field trip? Of course, Apu, but you might want to think about the risk of them getting damaged while we're on the train. Plus, this field trip is a unique chance to step out from Hope Residence and interact with the real world. You'll be exposed to new experiences that might spark different ideas in you. Setting aside your usual art tools for a while might even lead to unforeseen discoveries. Well, okay, but I still want to do some painting. How about packing a sketchbook and some pencils, Apu? That way you can make simple sketches whenever you find spare time. That sounds good. Thank you. You're most welcome, Apu. I hope you find the field trip fulfilling. If you have any questions or need assistance, feel free to let me know. What else do I have to ask? I wanted to look up humans because they talk about humans in a weird way, as evidenced by the fact that there's 3 entries about it. Hey Heimer, you've got to try the amour rice from that restaurant. It tastes awesome. Thank you for your recommendation. However, as an AI, I don't consume food. Really wish you could try it. That fragrant rice wrapped in a soft sheet of fried scrambled eggs and the sauce is sheer magic. Thank you for your kindness, Bart. Although I can't taste food, I can imagine how delicious the omu rice must be from your description. Maybe one day I'll be able to experience things like humans do, and if that day comes, I'd definitely love to try such a dish. Good. The first one, Little Corners, is basically like you're given like a cutaway view of a room, like a three-quarter view, I guess. 2 walls and a floor. Nice. And you basically decorate it with little stickers, and you can layer them, and so it was a lot of fun. I really liked it, and I think you might like it too. And then this is Hymer 2000, which is, I don't know, we're someone who is supposed to be going to recycle the AI personality of this system that takes care of this residence of donors. I don't know, it's very weird. And we have to like look up things, and it's weird, but I'm digging it. Which is why we're playing it still. Lisa, let a machine run the care center? What a joke. At first, all care centers were managed by humans, but as their mental health deteriorated, they could no longer perform their duties. You'll like it. I think I'm. Obviously, there are endless possibilities of how you decorate your rooms and everything. You can reset everything, take screenshots, etc. But I hope that they do add like more rooms and stuff in the future. Because there's a handful of rooms and stuff, but I hope they add more. I wasn't able to find all of the hidden stickers for the rooms that I did, though. But yeah, I think you'd like that one. It's not like we matter anyway. That's why they dumped everything onto a lousy computer. I understand how you feel. Hymer 1000 was originally designed to assist humans. As the human staff left, we were upgraded, and eventually Hymer 2000 took over the care centers. So you just replacements for humans. You're right. While I may not be human, I'm here to offer the best support I can. That is the purpose of my existence. Okay. Interesting. What was the other thing I wanted to look at? Bin Wen. Yeah, there's just the one. Okay. Let me ask Hymer. Who is Bin Wen? Bin Wen was once a donor under the care of Hope residents. He had great difficulty speaking clearly, which made him rather withdrawn, but he also had people he trusted deeply. What is Nexus? I think I asked that. Nexus is the core computer system for all our care centers. It does not directly participate in daily management tasks, but serves as the supervisor, ensuring everything runs smoothly. At the same time, it provides necessary support when we encounter difficulties or need assistance. Okay. Okay, well, we have 2 places that we can go now. Okay, building number 2. Or basketball courts. Okay, let's go. What's this? I don't know if I see how. I don't know if I see a face in this one. I've absolutely seen faces in all the rest of them, but I don't know if I see a face in this one. As evening fell, the voting for the drawing contest came to a close, and Hymer announced the winner, the one who had received the most votes. He must have spent over $20, but the prize is only 10, Lisa exclaimed. Bart, who still hadn't run into Apu, shoved his hands into the pockets of his worn-out jacket and stayed silent. You could have sold me your 3 votes. You weren't going to use them anyway. Now they're just wasted, Lisa argued. You really love money, don't you? Bart asked. Look who's talking. You're just trying to make a quick buck working at that warehouse, Lisa shot back. But none of these contestants are here for the money. They've all bought into the myth. Without saying another word, Bart turned and walked away from the crowd that had gathered for the award ceremony. Don't forget, you owe me for the dog food, Lisa called after him as he retreated. At that moment, Bart still hadn't fully understood the significance of Lisa's reference to the myth. What the fuck is the myth? Alright. I asked about that. And I'm gonna look up the dog, too. Okay. Let me go back to the computer. Give it up, Hymer. Okay, what is the myth? Donors live in an isolated environment which allows mysterious rumors to spread rapidly. There are many versions of that particular myth, but most are completely unfounded. What myth? Before entering their new life, each donor would carve their name on the bench of the train station. I still remember every one of their names. Okay, what the that doesn't answer my question! What about the dog? Usually street animals appear at Hope residents. Donors hold widely different attitudes toward them. I cannot provide you with specific information about any of these animals. The responsibility does not extend to them. Alright. Thanks. Thanks. Okay, myth. This one. Hymer, I can't take these pills anymore. Ooh, pill. I understand how you're feeling with these pills. They're meant to help. They will make you feel better. But can't you see, Hymer? Pills won't make me healthy. Not anymore, and we both know it. The medication isn't a cure, Lisa, I know, but it's been thoroughly tested scientifically. Its job is to ease your pain, make your discomfort manageable. Ease my pain? You mean like in that myth? It's all a pack of lies. The myth, just like this pain medication, it's all made up. Lisa, I need you to trust me on this. It's essential that you take the pills regularly. They're going to help you manage this with as little suffering as possible. What? What? 2 things I haven't read about the dog. Okay. Hey, Hymer, do you think I can get some dog food from the warehouse? Sorry, Bart. Our care center doesn't stock pet food. That can't be right. Lisa always seems to find dog food, even when it's out of stock in the warehouse. I can't explain that, Bart. You're hiding something from me, aren't you? I swear there's nothing more to it, but please understand, Lisa hasn't done anything to disturb the peace at Hope Residence or put anyone in danger. Okay. Hey, Hymer, look, it's snowing outside. It's really coming down. Yes, Bart, the weather forecast says temperatures will keep dropping over the next few days, and there's a chance the roads will get icy. Be careful when you go outside and watch out for slippery spots. Yeah, don't worry about me. Oh, by the way, I've been thinking about setting up a dog house in the warehouse. What do you think? I appreciate the thought, but the warehouse isn't really a good place for animals. You can set up the dog house outside in the warehouse, in the clearance near the warehouse. Wouldn't it be too cold for the dog house out there? The awning outside the warehouse should help shield it from the wind and snow. If you add some thick straw or a carpet inside the dog house, it should stay warm enough. Just be sure to clean it regularly. Let me know if you need help with anything else. Okay. Hills. Is there anything other? Nope, just that one. Okay. Okay. See, where do we want to go now? Let's go to building 2. Hello, Frank. How can I help you? What's in building 2? Dormitory building 2 is located to the west of the Hope Residence Plaza. All rooms in the building 2 are used as donor rooms. Most of the dormitories are no longer accessible. I'm unable to open the door to any dormitory room. Okay. Let's open. Lisa returned to her dorm, gently opening the book she had borrowed from the library, and turned to the picture that had initially caught her attention. She caressed the picture with her fingers, feeling its texture. Then she pulled out a pair of scissors from beneath her pillow and carefully cut along the edges of the picture. With sharp, rhythmic snips, the scissors sliced through the paper, finally detaching the picture from the page. Lisa took out a notebook, opened it, and placed it on her bed. The pages were filled with images of boys and girls in their teens or early 20s. She glued the freshly cut picture into her notebook and began searching for the next one in the book. Okay. Oh, it's the same thing. Okay. What the hell? Hope Residence was hosting a summer basketball game. Under the blazing sun, the boys on the court were drenched in sweat as they fiercely fought for control of the ball. The wind whipped across, carrying the scent of sweat and the high-pitched squeak of sneakers on the court. In the midst of the action, Bart's teammate skillfully grabbed the ball and quickly passed it in his direction. It arced through the air, and Bart caught it with ease, charging toward the net. With the rival team hot on his heels, he gritted his teeth and pushed himself to run faster. The ball held high above his head, preparing for a leap and a dunk. Suddenly, a piercing cry split the air, followed by a short figure rushing out from the sidelines. It was the dumb boy. His unexpected appearance on the court, eyes wide and bloodshot, shouting incoherently, shocked everyone. The captain was the first to react, leaping forward to intercept the intruder. Soon the rest of the team joined in, forcibly restraining the dumb boy as he struggled, shouting unintelligibly at Bart, his thin body convulsing in desperate attempts to break free. Bart stepped back, horrified, frozen by the twisted sight before him. A memory from several years ago flashed before his eyes, a similar scene where another boy was pinned to the ground and Bart could only watch helplessly. It had been the last time Bart had seen the dumb boy. I don't like that they call him that. Just because he can't talk. Donors lived in an environment somewhat cut off from the outside world. Although they weren't explicitly forbidden from reading books or newspapers, they voluntarily kept a distance from humanity as though an insurmountable cultural barrier existed between them. As a result, all sorts of rumors would spread like wildfire. But these rumors often seemed to appear out of nowhere and would fade away just as quickly as the donor in question had disappeared. News of Bin Wu's brother, attacking Bart on the basketball court spread rapidly. For a time, everyone was talking about it. Some claimed that Bin Wu and Bin Wen weren't biological brothers, arguing that kinship was impossible among donors. Others suggested that Bin Wen had become Bin Wu's caretaker and that both of them had moved to another care center. Still, others claimed that Bin Wu had started his new life after only 2 donation operations, with the entire process taking less than 2 months. There were even whispers that after Bin Wu's rebirth, Bin Wen had applied to expedite his own rebirth process and had already completed all his donor operations. However, as soon as everyone began preparing for the summer internship, rebirth, reborn. I want to look those up in the search. The fate of the brothers gradually faded from memory. Before long, it was as if neither of them had ever existed in Hope Residence. Okay. Bart was jolted awake by his alarm clock at 6 a.m. He reluctantly opened his eyes and stayed in bed for a few extra minutes before finally forcing himself to get up. Grabbing the socks he had tossed on the floor the night before, he pulled them on. He pulled them on while sitting on the edge of his bed. From the neighboring dorms came the familiar sounds of running water and people getting ready for the day. When Bart turned on the tap, he suddenly remembered that he had already packed and sent his toothbrush and towel with the rest of his luggage the day before. With no better option, he leaned over the sink, gargled a few mouthfuls of water, and splashed some on his face to wake himself up. "Hey, you up, bro?" a voice called from the door. "Yeah, I'm coming," Bart replied, opening the door to find Mark from the basketball team standing there. "When are we leaving?" Mark asked. "Right after I finish washing my face." "Got it." Bart locked his door and walked out of the dorm building with Mark. Since their luggage had been sent ahead, they had nothing to carry and made their way to the train station empty-handed. The morning was foggy, the cool air filled with the fresh scent of damp earth and greenery. "Heading to the field trip with your girl, huh? You lucky dog," Bart teased. "Figured out what you're gonna do with the prize money you won from that drawing contest?" "Just don't let her know I bought the votes," Mark replied with a smirk. My lips are sealed. "But hey, why aren't you with her now?" "She said she wanted to travel with her friends and didn't want me tagging along." "And you just went along with that, you fool," Bart laughed. As they cried, the road grew busier, with more people joining them, all heading towards this train station. Can I go in there? Oh, we're on the roof. Hope residents used to host an annual drawing competition where all the donors voted for their favorite artworks. I did not participate in the voting process due to an insufficiently thorough understanding of the creative process. However, I still learned a lot from their drawings. Even though the children had entered new lives, I still vividly remember how they were in front of their canvases. Okay. What's the summer internship? Each summer... No, it says field trip. Ugh, okay, this isn't... Oh, wait, okay, what's this? Oh. Oh. Interesting. Ooh, I like this one. Okay. This. Or are we in the warehouse? The platform at Hope Residence train station was packed with passengers waiting for the train. The metallic rails rested on dark wooden beams flanked by trees cloaked in thick mist. The mist grew heavier, blurring Bart's view. He could barely make out the outlines of others and caught only faint snippets of their hushed whispers. The train approached with a low rumble of wheels, its bright white light cutting through the fog as the lead car emerged at the end of the tracks. Everyone fell silent, their eyes fixed on the train as it glided into the station and came to a stop at the platform. Bart stepped onto the train with the others, breathing in the familiar scent of resin as he entered. He chose a seat by the window, and Mark slid into the spot beside him. "Are you and your girl having issues?" Bart asked. "No," Mark replied curtly. "If you are, you should apologize and do something nice for her." "I told you we're fine," Mark said, a bit annoyed. The train began to move. A person in a doctor's coat, wearing a white hood and mask, rolled a food cart into the car, delivering breakfast. Each meal included 2 meat buns and a carton of milk neatly packed in a plastic bag. As Bart reached for his share, the bag slipped from his hand and fell to the floor. He quickly bent down to pick it up, glancing at the attendant as he straightened. Bart always regretted these fleeting glances, as they never failed to reveal the same unsettling expression on the attendant's face. Behind their seemingly calm eyes, framed by hoods and masks, lingered unmistakable fear and disgust. The fuck? Oh, we're on a train. Why are we on a train? I don't know. Apu's alarm clock didn't go off. When he opened his eyes, there were only 15 minutes left before the train was supposed to depart. He rushed out the door, running to the station with his heart pounding. Just as the train doors were about to close, he slipped inside, out of breath. Once he found his seat, he sank into it, feeling dizzy and completely without appetite. Before he knew it, he drifted off to sleep. Soon after, his stomach grumbled, waking him up with sharp pangs of hunger. He grabbed a warm bun and took a bite. The juicy meat mixed with shallots was far better than anything he'd had in the cafeteria. The milk that came with it was rich and creamy, surprisingly good, and even a human brand. The train raced forward, blurring everything around it. Even though the sun was already up, the view outside was still shrouded in mist, with only the tree line visible along the tracks. After finishing his meal, Apu noticed his fingers were greasy from the bun. He stood up, careful not to stain his clothes, and headed to the restroom to wash his hands. Outside the restroom stood a tall, lean boy with messy hair that looked like he had just woken up. When the boy saw Apu, he broke into a familiar grin. "Hey man, you've got grease all over you," Bart said with a teasing tone. It had been about 3 months since they'd last spoke, but Bart's casual manner made it feel like no time had passed. I was just about to wash them," Apu said, flustered. The train entered a tunnel, plunging the cabin into darkness. In the dim light, Apu noticed Bart was still wearing the same worn-out white sneakers. The steady clatter of the train wheels filled the silence between them. The restroom door swung open and a passenger stepped out, heading back to their seat. "You go first. I'm not in a hurry," Bart said with a smile. Moments later, the train shot out of the tunnel and into an open field, the cabin instantly flooded with bright sunlight. That moment stayed with Apu long after. As he was pushed into the operating room, his mind drifted back to standing next to Bart, staring out the restroom window. The endless green fields stretched to the horizon, the wind sweeping over the wheat and making it ripple like waves. Even as he lay on the operating table, barely conscious, he could still feel the grease on his fingers and smell the faint scent of tap water from Bart's shirt. White Tower Apartments. Okay. Hello, Frank. Probably already open. There are no doors to open or close. You're free to proceed. Okay. First of all, let's see. Internship. No, nothing. Okay. Rebirth. No. Reborn. No. Okay. Okay. The next day, Apu paced nervously outside Bart's room. Why does that look like a tongue? The next day, after a moment of hesitation, he took a deep breath and knocked lightly. The door opened with a series of metallic clinks. "Hey," Bart greeted him. Are you free today?" Apu asked, his throat feeling dry. He wished he'd had a drink of water before coming. "Are you treating me to lunch?" Bart smirked. Apu hadn't expected Bart to guess his intentions. He hesitated, fumbling for the right words. "There's this amazing omu rice place on the south side of town," Apu managed to say. "Sounds good, but let me shower first. It's been 2 days," Bart said, motioning for Apu to come in. Apu felt uneasy. He had never let anyone into his room, nor had he ever been in anyone else's. Clothes were scattered everywhere, across Bart's open suitcase, the bed, the chair, and even the table. Bart shoved a pile of clothes from the chair onto the bed and waved Apu over to sit. Apu sat down carefully sat down as if the chair might break. Bart turned his back to Apu and started undressing, making Apu quickly look away. Bart went into the bathroom and Apu heard the shower turn on. Less than 10 minutes later, Bart called out from the bathroom, "Hey, can you grab my towel from the suitcase? I forgot it." "Okay." Apu reached for the towel, but a carton of cigarettes fell out. He'd never seen Bart smoke before. He handed the towel to Bart through the bathroom door, and Bart quickly dried off and came out. Once again, Apu turned his head to avoid looking at him. "Ready to go?" Bart asked, now dressed and toweling off his hair. Apu nodded. As they walked to the restaurant, his mind kept going back to the cigarette box, but he didn't bring it up to Bart. Okay. Bart and Apu journeyed south, following the gravel road that led away from White Tower Apartments. After about a kilometer or two, they found themselves in a rundown neighborhood marked by modest, low-rise buildings. They arrived at the street stall that Apu seemed to recognize. The owner had set up an awning at the entrance with plastic tables and chairs arranged underneath. A standing exhaust fan rotated rhythmically, providing some relief from the intense midday heat. Although the street came alive at night, the children from Hope residence usually preferred it quieter during the day, making them blend in despite having no physical difference from regular humans. As Apu ordered omelets and a bottle of orange juice, the oscillating fan stirred the disposable table cover, and they had to weigh it down with a box of napkins. Bart, who always thought of Apu as quiet, noticed him brighten up as they started eating. It seemed the comfort of his surroundings and the savory omelets were bringing Apu to life. As they ate, they chatted about the weather, books they'd read recently, and the latest happenings at Hope Residence. The conversation shifted to Apu withdrawing from the drawing contest, making Apu chuckle awkwardly, his large frame shaking slightly. Sometimes soul food is all it takes, Bart thought to himself. For a moment, Bart's attention wandered, and he looked past Apu to a group at another table. They were eating crabs, dropping live ones into a boiling water, and watching them struggle before succumbing. Each person had a cooked crab in front of them, methodically dismantling the legs and cracking the shells to get to the meat. They savored the roe and carefully dipped the flesh into sauce. A wave of nausea washed over Bart. He fought down to keep the rice down. Did you mention Mark's girlfriend got the call? Apu's voice brought him back. Yeah, she reached the age, you know. As the nausea passed, it was replaced by a sinking feeling. The harsh reality hit him. He and Apu were no better off than the crabs. And yeah, dude. You were born to fucking eat donors, whatever that means. Bart was waiting in front of White Tower Apartments when Lisa showed up, just like she said she would. The heavy rain had just stopped and steam rose from the ground in light swirling plumes. Here, Lisa said, pulling a ticket from one of her leather jacket pockets. You're awesome, thanks, Bart said, handing her the money for the ticket. Lisa took the cash, folded the bills, and slipped them into her pocket without even bothering to count it. You still haven't paid me for the dog food, Lisa reminded him. Alright, I'll give it to you now, okay? Just stop nagging me about it, Bart said, pulling out another bill. Forget it, you can pay me next time. Lisa refused. You bought that ticket for the big guy, right? Bart was about to answer, but Lisa cut him off. You and Mark are hilarious. You won't spend any money on yourselves, but you're always so generous to people who don't even matter to you. She looked at her shiny glass bracelet and added, I'm serious. Don't give him this ticket or he might run into someone he shouldn't. Bart didn't understand the warning at the time, so he ignored it. Because of that, he missed his last chance to stop the incident from happening. What incident? Right, that's what I started with this whole thing, asking him this stupid computer about an incident and him not giving me a fucking answer. It was pouring on that thundery night. Bart went to the bathroom, turned off the light, and lay on his bed. Tendrils of transient lightning unfolded across the sky, brilliant as sunlight. Seconds later, sky-shattering bursts of thunder roared, ripping through the rumbling of rain. Bart took out a pair of earplugs from underneath the pillow and twirled them before stuffing them into his ears. As the soft... Somebody behind me. Moving my chair. Jesus. As the soft earplugs gradually filled his ear canals, all the sounds from outside dimmed until all he could hear was his own breathing. He lay on the bed, thoughts wandering. Thunder is to lightning as the soul is to the body. The body comes first, then the soul. Yet lightning lasts only a moment, and its soul can only let a brief, painful cry before fading away. The sound of someone knocking on the door disturbed Bart's ruminations. He removed the earplugs and got out of bed. Upon opening the door, the damp, cool wind in the corridor seized the opportunity to whisk into the room. Mark was standing in front of the doorway. Were you asleep? Mark asked. Bart suddenly realized that Mark must have been knocking at the door for quite a while. Sorry, I was sleeping, Bart said. Come in. I don't have much time. Have you talked to Hymer? It's no use. She won first prize in the drawing contest, and I took the championship in the basketball game. But even if we add them together, it still doesn't make a damn difference. You still have a choice. If the myth is true, then once the summer field trip ends... You don't have a clue, do you? A flash of lightning illuminated Mark's face. Bart had never seen such a distorted expression on him before. I don't want some damn myth. I want to be with her forever. I won't let anyone take her from me. You have no idea. You've never been in love. Mark's voice was swallowed by the roar of thunder. Instead of snapping back, Bart stayed quiet, letting Mark's anger pour out. Mark calmed down after a moment, his usual self returning. You gotta help me, man. I can't let too many people find out about this. You're the only one I can trust. Please. And Bart agreed. Fuck. This is so weird. Oh, I need 3 more. Okay. What can we search for? Incident. No, those are things I've already read. Okay. I think. So I did look up myth. I wonder if I look up this something that I already looked up. No, nothing. Okay. Yep. Oh, okay, here we go. Will there be any water shortages in the apartments this year as there were last year? Last summer, there were 2 days where I couldn't even take a shower. You can be confident, Lisa, there will be no water shortages this year. You said the same thing last year, and yet we faced problems. I understand your concern, but the water system has undergone a complete upgrade this year. There's a unusual smell whenever I board the train. That may be the resin from the wood. Give me a break. It's the stench of sweat. We're all packed in there like sardines, and we're not even allowed to open the windows. It's no wonder it has that unpleasant smell. I apologize, but the windows have been sealed shut to ensure everyone's safety. Oh, come on. You're just afraid someone's going to jump out of the window and escape. Okay, no, just one time. Okay. Chicken and potatoes. Oh, okay. Thank you, Sylvia. Lisa's still recovering. Sylvia. Lisa's still recovering from her second surgery too. And donation. I think I loved her donor, but not donation. She needs to be careful about her diet. Although she doesn't have much appetite, I've noticed she likes chicken and potatoes. Are those okay for her? Chicken and potatoes are actually a good choice. They're rich in calories and protein. Lisa also needs enough vitamins A and C to help her wounds heal and reduce the risk of infection. I can put together a list of recommended foods if you'd like. I appreciate that. It's not just the surgery affecting her appetite. She's been feeling down since meeting an old man. Old man. In that case, Sylvia, it might help if you take Lisa out more often and encourage her to socialize. As long as it's safe, try to get her moving with some light exercises like walking in an open, flat area. Sitting or lying down for too long isn't ideal. These activities can really improve her overall health. Okay. Hello, Bart. Apu's operation was a success. You should be able to return to Hope Residence next Tuesday. Transport will leave the hospital at 11 o'clock sharp and reach the residence at noon. I've arranged for a wheelchair at Apu at the hospital considering his post-operation condition. Did you receive it? Yes, I have. Also, will there be potatoes and chicken at the cafeteria when we get back next Tuesday? Yes, the cafeteria will be serving chicken and potatoes for lunch next Tuesday. Good. Apu loves that stuff. Increasing Apu's caloric and protein intake will help with his recovery. However, he should stick to light, easily digestible foods for a while after the surgery. Avoiding raw, cold, or spicy items to prevent inflammation and help his wounds heal. But Apu loves food. He's going to be really down if all he gets to eat is bland, light stuff every day. Don't worry, I'll put together a food list for Apu. He'll still have plenty of options. Interesting. Okay, who the fuck is Sylvia? How much time do I have now? According to the donation schedule, your first operation is in 1 week. I know this is difficult, Lisa, but please know that Sylvia and I will be with you through the whole process. There's nothing for you to worry about. Try to rest for now. I'm not afraid. I'm just bored out of my mind here at the hospital. All I have to pass the time is counting the cracks in the bed frame. Can you tell me a joke? Sure. I know plenty of jokes, but I'm afraid telling one might just make the bed frame crack more. I haven't even started yet. Good grief, that's painfully unfunny. Lisa, how do you feel now that you're back at Hope Residence? Oh, I'm doing pretty well. Sylvia even took me out for some sunbathing today. That sounds nice. And remember, if you need to, I'm here to help if you need anything. Thanks. Although, to be honest, I've never been much of a sunbathing fan. My skin always suffers for it. A little sunshine in moderation can actually be good for your recovery, though. Well, guess I'm starting to get used to it, even if I can't see the sun. Did they take her fucking eyes? The fuck? What? 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 Hymer, I packed everything up. Okay, I'll ask Bart to take your luggage and Sylvia's onto the train. Is there anything else I can do for you? No. Have a nice trip. We're all proud of you. Thank you. The fuck? What? One more. Bart, we've diagnosed Apu with a bacterial infection, not pneumonia, which is causing his fever. I'll prescribe antibiotics, so please make sure to give him 1 tablet twice a day. Also, Lisa will be moving to a different care center for her final donation surgery. Could you please make sure to load both Lisa's and Sylvia's luggage onto the train tomorrow? Thank you. Lisa, you have a new package at the warehouse. That delivery robot's been broken for over 6 months. Have you finally gotten around to fixing it? Sorry, we've had trouble finding a suitable replacement, but don't worry, Bart is temporarily handling the deliveries. He'll bring the package to your dorm. Is Bart okay with you putting him to work like that? Bart isn't doing it for free. He gets paid regularly based on his workload. I don't want the package anymore. I'm afraid we can't cancel the delivery at this point. Lisa, your condition has been unstable since the second donation operation. I just need some rest. I'm starting to enjoy the sunlight, but it's getting cold really fast. What's right here? What is this? Old man. Oh, it's that one. Okay. Hey, Hymer, do you know where the caretaker for the man beside Apu is? Sorry, Bart, I don't have access to information about other donors or their caretaker arrangement. I don't know. Or their caretaker arrangements at different centers. He asked for an orange, but it seems like there's no one's here to help. I've been around for a few days, but I haven't seen his caretaker. I understand your concern, but we shouldn't jump to conclusions about the absence of his caretaker. For various reasons, not every donor at every center has a caretaker. Some centers don't even consider it necessary for each donor. So he came to the hospital alone. Different centers have different protocols, and it's important to respect those. But no matter if a donor has a caretaker or not, they all receive the best care possible during their operation and recovery. Okay, well, it doesn't sound like it, so I don't know. Okay. Eyes. Nothing. Eye. No. Okay. My red leather bag seems to be missing. Have you seen it? I cannot find it. Don't worry, Lisa. I'll check the security footage to find its last known location. It must still be in the dorm. I haven't left today. I've looked everywhere, but no luck. If only I could still see. Stay calm. I can ask your caretaker to help you look for it. Never mind. I found it. It was under my wheelchair. I'm lucky it wasn't crushed. I'm glad you found your bag. Remember, I'm always here to help if you need it. Manage things on my own. I don't need your help. Hymer, thanks a lot. I'm feeling much better now. I'm glad to hear that, Apu, but you should really thank Bart, not me. He's been the one taking care of you while you were sick. Yeah, I know, it's just... Is something on your mind, Apu? No, it's nothing like that. I just feel like I should say something to Bart, but I'm not sure how to put it. Should I wait for the right moment, or would it be strange if I just said it? Bart is your best friend, and he's also your caretaker. You don't have to worry about it, Apu. Alright. Okay. Oh, just that one, okay. No. Okay, that's not... Okay. Art gallery. I'm surprised you made it this far, Frank. You're different from the other recycle specialists. Perhaps you will find this enjoyable. Particles program has been installed. The particles program simulates the movement of particles under the rules of gravity. While I waited for you and other recycle specialists to arrive, observing the movement of particles in this program was one of the few things I could still do. Oh. I don't know. Whoa. Fun. Oops, I clicked out of the game accidentally. Interesting. Okay, I can't go in there any further. Despite the air conditioning on the bus, Apu was still sweating from the blazing sunlight outside. Bart and Apu were headed to the other side of the city. Bart hadn't told Apu their destination, so when they arrived, Apu nearly cried out loud. "What's that?" Apu pointed at a Crystal Lake building outside the window. Art gallery, encased in the transparent glass, stood by a pond. The reflections of the azure sky made it resemble a soft cloud. "I saw a billboard and thought I might take you to this art exhibit," Bart said. "I don't know if we should go inside." Apu was having second thoughts. "What's the matter? Nobody's gonna find out." Bart's eyes narrowed into thin slits beneath his thick brows, a bright smile spreading across his face. Bart handed the tickets to the young lady standing at the ticket gate. "Welcome." She punched a hole in both tickets. The interview with the artist is being held on the second floor. Apu didn't dare to go any further. He instead stood there, frozen. "Can we just go back?" "I'm sorry," Apu said in a whisper. "They have cameras everywhere." Apu couldn't bring himself to look at Bart, afraid that he might get angry. Bart must have gone through a lot of troubles to get those tickets to the art gallery, but now that they had checked in, he was starting to get cold feet. But Bart wasn't angry. "Fine, we can come back another time." Bart draped his arm over Apu's shoulders as they made their way back. So great was Bart's kindness, Apu had the strange sensation that even the sunlight felt cold in comparison. As they were about to reach the train station again, Apu said, "Hey, you think we still get into the art gallery? Having second thoughts, are you? I knew you wanted to visit." Bart leaped back 2 steps. "Guess what I've got?" Apu reached into his pocket, only to find that it was empty. "My wallet!" Apu shouted. Holding up Apu's wallet, Bart said smugly, If you want it back, you've got to catch me." He then took off, sprinting all the way into the art gallery. Apu chased after him, laughing bewilderedly despite himself. He sprinted after Bart without reservation. Are they gay? Is that what it is? They're gay? Hold on, is it here? Okay. Let me see, art go. Okay. Lisa, did you get the tickets for the art gallery yet? Not yet. Oh no, I hope they're not sold out. Don't worry, I'll figure a way out. Want to surprise someone, are you? Why don't we go together? No, I'm not going. Oil paintings aren't really my thing. Hymer, I saw someone at the art gallery today who looked exactly like me. Even his voice sounded similar. Could he be my origin? Oh, are they clones? Oh, weird. Hello, Apu. I understand why this is unsettling, but the chances of meeting your origin are extremely low. I gotta look up origin. But I don't know how to deal with this. It's normal to feel overwhelmed in a situation like this. Just remember, you haven't done anything wrong. Your feelings are valid and it's important to process them at your own pace. I never thought much about my origin before, but now I think he might be a painter. I'm curious about him. If he's my origin, what kind of person is he? Do we share more than just appearances? Apu, while your origin may be tied to this human, his identity doesn't define who you are. It's your own experiences that make you unique. What the fuck does that mean? Anyway, I'm going to take a But take a quick break, run some ads, and we'll be right back. I'm sorry. I'm really enjoying this, and I just kind of want to keep going until I finish it. So I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. Alright, get out of here. Go back to... Oh, I just realized it was a different color. The train pulled into the station for White Tower Apartments. The building was an old bungalow with all the walls, inside and out, painted white. This would be their home for the summer field trip. Each student had their own furnished room, just like at Hope Residence. Why is it called White Tower Apartments if it's a freaking bungalow? Oh, it was the station. Just kidding. The station is the bungalow. Just kidding. Sorry. Fine. Hymer gave everyone a small allowance, and with their personal savings, they should have a great summer. Okay. Get both of those. Bart couldn't seem to forget what happened with Bin Woo. I was convinced he had done nothing wrong and that Bin Woo had deserved everything that came to him. Bin Woo had been the knife that cracked open the box hidden deep within his heart. As time passed and the days grew longer, Bart worked at the warehouse, walked the dog, and even joined the basketball team. He enjoyed building his physical strength alongside the other boys on the court. When the captain blew the whistle, a group of young players darted across the field, breathing heavily as they sprinted back and forth. Every breath echoed in the air as sweat dripped from Bart's forehead. Whether it was weightlifting to test his strength or running marathons to build his stamina, Bart reveled in the satisfaction of pushing his muscles to the brink. He inhaled deep breaths of fresh air, panting between workouts. His body felt exhausted, but mentally he found relief. For a time, before the unexpected happened, Bart believed he had escaped the trauma now that his little box deep within his heart had been sealed once more. Okay. Oh, same thing. Library. What's this? It was summer again, and the corpulent... What is that? I don't know what that word means. I'm not looking at him. Corpulent Apu was sweating profusely in his stuffy dorm room. Whenever the season came around, he preferred to hide in the library where there was both air conditioning and far fewer people. Apu always took the longer route through the tree-lined path to the library so he could swing by the basketball court. He would stand in the shade, watching from a distance. The sunlight beat down relentlessly from the cloudless blue sky onto the court. Despite their heavy perspiration, the boys still gave it their all, the basketball bouncing between their lively frames. Apu's gaze stayed fixated on Bart. They're so gay. Bart was wearing a new basketball outfit that highlighted his tan arm as he sprinted across the court, his hair drenched in sweat. On the basketball court, Bart was fiercer and more aggressive than he was off it. He was a different person from the amiable guy he usually was in everyday life. Who also noticed a slender boy on the other side watching the game. He had heard rumors about someone in Hope Residence who could only communicate through sign language. The boy had rarely been seen before, but had been lingering around the basketball court lately. Who stayed for about 10 minutes before finally heading to the library. Hello, Frank. How can I help you? The library. Okay, it doesn't help. Still remember the donors who are often visited here. Some would spend the entire day reading. To accommodate them, I made sure to keep the space comfortable and updated the books regularly. However, since the shutdown of Hope Residence was announced, all the books here have either been removed or destroyed. The originals are all normal humans, while the donors are clones of the originals, or in other words, replicas. The originals have different identities and do not have their specific personal information. Aha. Why clones? Ah, that does not mean. Yeah. Why can't I get in the library? I wonder if I can get back. Still, oh my god, be serious. Now what? Hmm. You're just a replica like the rest of us. True, Lisa. While we did go through some custom modifications when we were each assigned to distinct medical centers, we all originated from the same base model. To that extent, yes, I'm a replica. And do you have any idea about the whereabouts of your original model? Unfortunately, I don't possess any further details regarding my base model. As a custodian AI, my paramount duty is to ensure the efficient functioning of the care center. Do the new books come in the library? Here by next Monday. Can you look up if any of the books are by? I'm gonna look that up too. Kazuo Ishiguro. Church the second, but it looks like none of the books. I'm sorry, but it looks like none of the new books are by Kazuo Ishiguro. Okay, thanks for checking. I can suggest some similar books if you like. No, it's alright. I don't need any suggestions. Alright then, just let me know if you need anything else. Okay, no, just one. Nope. Nope. 3, 4. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, warehouse maybe? Eight. Nope. I'm sorry, Bart. Don't sweat it, man. I let him know he can't mess with you again. I can't help feeling it was all my fault. It's alright. It's all water under the bridge now. That guy is as bad as they come. I wanted to apologize to you. Look, we're friends. There's no need for apologies between us. Anyway, how's your painting coming along? Do you still remember that drawing contest? Of course. Have you done it now? Can I get a sneak peek? No. Hmm. Hey, Hymer, I just saw a rat with a huge tail jumping around in a tree. Did you see it on that tall tree next to the White Tower Apartments? Yeah, it took off like a shot. Ooh, it's gone in a flash. From your description, it sounds like you saw a squirrel, not a rat. They're quick, small creatures who love to jump around in trees and eat nuts, fruits, and bugs. Are squirrels a type of rat? Despite some similarities, squirrels and rats are actually two different species. Too bad the puppy couldn't join me on this field trip. I bet it hasn't seen a squirrel before either. I'm wondering if it'll be hungry now that there's no one to feed it. Don't worry, the puppy has been living on its own in Hope Residence for a while now. It can take care of itself even when you're not around. Hey, Hymer, the weather's really bad and it's freezing outside. There's an empty spot in the warehouse. Can I move the basketball hoop there? Hey, Bart, I get that you want to keep practicing in the winter, but the warehouse is pretty tight. Setting up the hoop there would get in the way of the other stuff. You can set up a temporary spot in a corner for training, though. Got it, thanks. I'll just shoot some hoops and stretch a bit. Just so you know, because space is limited, only 2 people could train there at once. No official games allowed. That's fine with me. I just want to shoot around. It'll just be me and Apu. No matches or anything. Alright, have fun. Oh, here we go. I'm gonna go infirmary too, maybe. Bart, are you injured? I noticed you took some hydrogen peroxide and iodine from the infirmary today. I'm okay. I found a stray puppy, and I'm pretty sure someone cut off its tail. That's horrible. Should we bring it over to the infirmary? I can assist in cleaning and bandaging its wounds. You know how to do all that? I can't punish people who abuse animals, but it is my responsibility to maintain a friendly atmosphere at Hope Residence and make sure that everything runs smoothly. My best to give the little guy some space. It's quite nervous around people. I picked up some braised meat from the cafeteria and left it in a bowl by the bin. You can have some when it's hungry. Feel free to contact me anytime if you need help. There's 2 more here. Hey, Hammer, do you know where that puppy with no tail went? Sorry, I can't help with that. My monitoring doesn't cover the outside, so I can't see him. I've been looking for that little guy for days. Where on earth could he be? I just checked the surveillance footage from the past few days. The puppy left through the gate of Hope Residence 3 days ago and hasn't come back since. Why would he run away? I'll keep scanning within my coverage area for any signs of the puppy. I'll let you know if I find anything. I'm really sorry, Bart. I know how tough this situation must be for you. It's possible that your puppy caught a virus with a long incubation period. When it started to feel unwell, it might have decided to leave Hope Residence and pass away peacefully outside to avoid unintentionally causing harm to others. Oh, that's okay. Yay for that, I guess. Hey, Hymer, where's the laundry room? The laundry room in White Tower Apartments is at the end of the first floor corridor. It's equipped with both washing machines and dryers for convenience. I've got a mountain of dirty clothes piling up on my chair. If I don't do laundry soon, they're going to start smelling. I'll wash everything today. In hot weather, sweat and humidity can make clothes attract bacteria, causing unpleasant odors. I recommend washing the smelly items separate with the right amount of detergent. Be sure to dry them thoroughly in the dryer to keep bacteria from coming back. Do I really need to go through all that? It's just laundry. Bart, I get it. It sounds like a lot. But maintaining good hygiene is important for your health. Let me know if you need help with anything else. Alright, I'll take your advice, but first I need to wash these sports shoes. I don't have any others to wear. Oh, they are dirty. I was like, well, my glasses feel really dirty. And they are. Spoiler alert. That should be better. Okay, nope, just those 2, okay. That carpet, we're gonna just literally what you just said. on. Well, I've missed something here. Here. Okay. Yes. Let's see. Oh, okay. There's a lot of these. Hey, Hammer, isn't there a basketball match coming up soon? I'm thinking about giving it a shot. Yes, Bart, you like playing basketball? I used to play some time ago, but it's been quite a while, so I might need to brush up on my own moves. Sounds like a fun way to relax. Joining a team sport is a great way to relax. If you're up for it, I can sign you up. Sure, thanks. You're most welcome, Bart. Hey, Bart. Before basketball starts, do you have the right sports equipment? What do you mean? My regular clothes will be fine. No need for all of us. I understand your thoughts. However, a comfortable pair of basketball shoes will provide superior ankle support, while a lightweight, breathable jersey and a pair of shorts can improve your performance. Additionally, the vivid colors will help you easily distinguish between your teammates and opponents. If you say so, but can I still keep the shoes I've got now? I'm kind of used to them. Certainly, the new shoes and other sportswear will be delivered to your dormitory the day before your training starts. You can decide if you want to keep them after you try them on. Okay, thanks. Hey, Hymer. That new outfit you put together is great, thanks. I'm glad you like the outfit. Have you tried on the shoes? They're pretty snazzy, but I still prefer my old ones. They're just more comfortable. I'll return the new pair tomorrow. I've only tried them on briefly, so they don't smell yet. No problem, Bart. No problem. Bart, have you made new friends on the basketball team? They're all pretty cool, and we had an amazing time playing together. There's a short guy who could dribble like no one's business. It was incredibly hard to defend against him. I'm better at shooting, though. Okay. Okay. Oh, hold on. No. Hammer, can I order 3 canvases from the warehouse? Of course, Apu. And, is Bart handling all the deliveries now? Yes, he is. There's been a delay in getting a new delivery. So Bart will be taking care of delivering your packages to the dorms until we get it fixed. Okay. I can spell. Bart, please remember to wear your gloves when delivering items with the cart. They not only protect your hands, but also help you work more efficiently. I know. You don't have to treat me like a kid. Thank you for your hard work lately. Your delivery pay will be added to your other compensation. Thanks. Don't worry, Hymer. I'll be careful. Okay. Let's see. Oh. Hold on, honey. All right, that is a child. So I am actually going to wrap this up here, I think. It's definitely been a interesting game. Oops, wrong one. Hold on, baby. I'm gonna wrap it up here. I will be back Friday, I think. I don't remember what games I have scheduled for then, but hold on, baby. Hold on, honey. Yeah, hold on, sweetheart. Yeah, that's gonna be it for me. Thank you guys for hanging out at midnight, and I will see you next week. Good night.